It does. This video is about what could be one of the most terrifying and or funny and frustrating moments in my life. I lost my hearing for a week once. That is not a joke. It just disappeared. Don't worry, it's back. But let me explain real quick. Basically, I got sick for a week, and then when I was no longer sick, hearing disappeared. Like, it wasn't just a overnight thing or anything, it just was gone. And I was scared at first, thinking, oh no, did I break my hearing aids, since I already had trouble hearing, but it wasn't just completely gone. And my mom literally had to scream for me to hear her whispering. And I carried around a notebook for that week, because how else do you expect me to talk to people? I only know a tiny bit of sign language. And the frustrating part is some people, no matter how many times I said, I cannot hear, you need to write things down, would not write things down. Like, how hard is it for you to understand I need you to write things down because I cannot hear? Like, I'll just say, I can't hear, I need you to write things down. And they'll just continue talking to me. Like, here's what I hear when they're talking to me at that moment. Sorry, I need... And then I'll just say, sorry, I need you to write things down because I can't hear. And I'll just see their mouth moving, but them not even trying to pick up the pencil and put it on the notebook that I had. It was just so infuriating. Like, seriously, they probably don't even have the excuse of not understanding, since in Jacks, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he understood that sentence better than people whose job it is to help disabled people. Other than that, that's the frustrating part. The scary part is we didn't know if I would get my hearing back. The funny part, though, is basically I went to a hearing doctor for it, because the normal doctor couldn't find out what was wrong. And the hearing doctor basically looked at my ear, said something about fluid buildup. Well, the nurse told us all this, and then called in the doctor, basically told the doctor what was wrong. Also, I have no clue what they were saying, I just have to take my mom's word for it. And I'm thinking, do I say it the way my mom explains it, or do I say it in a way that doesn't make us both sound like psychopaths? Basically, while we were in the office waiting for the doctor to come in, I just took the wrapper off my bottle and put the wrapper over my mouth. And my mom, for some reason, thought it would be a funny idea to plug my nose. And I, instead of taking it off and joking around with her, since it was just a joke, I decided to hold the wrapper on there as long as I possibly could so I couldn't breathe. Until eventually I couldn't hold it anymore and had to gasp for air, and oh my god, my right ear was working again. Like, basically I just pulled away. Huh? Oh my god. That's basically what happened. It was hilarious. The reason that it's funny is a couple hours earlier I said to one of my friends, I have not been able to... My hearing has barely come back at all over 5 days. What makes you think that it's going to come back within a couple hours later, we go to the doctor, and the other funny part of that is, imagine being the doctor and you're told what is wrong with the patient, and when you go in to give them medicine to help them get it back, they just say, "Oh, my hearing's halfway back in one ear." The timing is just hilarious. Though, one example of how infuriatingly stupid some people being absolute idiots is, one person somehow couldn't understand that, and they thought that it was my hearing aid being dead and thought that it was my fault for not charging my hearing aids. And they said that they didn't think there was a point in writing it down because the first time they did, I didn't listen. When, you know the part of that I hate the most? She basically accused me of not reading it, even though, if I wasn't reading it, how would I have been able to do what you wanted me to do, you stupid old lady?